What's going on, people? What is going on? So, a little bit late, but hey, at least something is something, huh? Anyways, welcome. I still can get over that word. That what have you done memes of Cyberpunk 2077. Anyways, well, now that we are here and we're rewriting Cut Coast, you got to talk about the game that followed. Is it salvageable? Can we rescue the story of Advanced Warfare? Short answer, yes. But like Ghost, it has to be different. I understand that it was into the future and everything, but consider this. You have Kevin Spacey, and obviously he's coming from the portrayal of his I would say yeah, he's a villain. But you almost seen him like the villain you want him to succeed in order to see if he lives up to his hype because of all that he's been saying to you throughout House of Cards. We don't talk about season 6. Just like Game of Thrones, you never talk about season 7. No, season 8, sorry. Um, just like with Star Wars, you don't talk about the Disney Star Wars movies, nor series. So, by that premise, it was like telegraph. This guy's going to be the villain. This guy's going to, but how he's going to be the villain? Throughout the story of Advanced Warfare, let's recap it real quick, just in order for understanding how is this salvageable because it is salvageable. Yes, it is salvageable. You can rescue the story, but how they execute it, that's the heavy heart of it. So, recap real quick. We are introduced as Mitchell, you know, and then you have your best buddy, best pal that is just dialogue, and you never see that camaraderie come again. It's just that one mission that they just tell you, oh, it's my best buddy. What is it? Will? I think it was. I don't know. They're so forgettable. Just like Agman said, they're so forgettable. But anyways, going back at it, it's like your best buddy and you join the military. Like, why? Why did this guy want to serve the military instead of with his dad that has state of the art technology? Uh, Even though he was explaining like, "Oh, I want to serve my country, not my dad." It's like, yeah, but he has top of the line things. It's like the guy that is. Let me put it this way: it's like the kid of the guy of the C of one of the CEOs of Blackwater knows that you have advanced weaponry, advanced armor plating, advanced everything, and you only like only special forces of the U.S. military have it, and then you go to the U.S. Army and you don't have not even half of it. Why? I mean, if you wanted to, I understand you want to serve your country, but you can actually do service in your country by first, if you want like real combat experience, you help your father in his military, and then you drop off you with the people you contact. Is like, hey, I want to work for the U.S. military or serve my country. How? Private security. I want to start my own company of private security, and I want to provide to the American people my type of security, not my father's. Diverging a little bit, but still in the same realm. Even though your father might a little give you a little help here and there, but still, you do it for your country. So, but hey, he wanted to serve the U.S. military. I got no problems with that. But just it seemed a little off that way. That short explain of the best buddy of Mitchell. How do I remember Mitchell? Because his fucking last name is mentioned a lot throughout the game. Mitchell did this, Mitchell did that. It's like Ramirez, Ramirez, Ramirez. But but here's the difference between him and Ramirez. Ramirez, even though he didn't have dialogue, Ramirez was it wasn't dependent on Ramirez's actions. Like you do certain stuff, but if you didn't do it, it wasn't how to put it. It wasn't so heavy on the plot. So and with Mitchell, it's like you are the protagonist. You have to do this, and everything is dependent on you, instead of actually just being um, part of it. So it's like instead of okay, it's not making sense. Here's the thing: your protagonist carries the story, but he is not the do all of the story. He's sometimes in the story he's not the one that has to do stuff. Over here, they push you to do everything, and every Mitchell does everything, and it's crucial to the story. But Sam could have done any of your buddies while they're taking out enemies. So, and everything was so scripted. I think this is where we started to see, and I think um, it goes in relation with what we discussed Monday with World War II. I think here's the problem with Sledgehammer. Everything is so scripted that they don't let you go outside the boundaries of the mission in the campaign. I think this is the part where we actually started to see those kind of mistakes um, in writing, and even for games, it seemed like they were trying to do a playable movie, and I think Sledgehammer doesn't understand it. This ain't this Call of Duty is not a playable movie. Call of Duty is a FPS shooter that in the campaigns, even though you can explore the whole world, but it tells you a story with it, and it rewards you with exploring in an open world. Hell, like small Easter eggs of what the death's like, or internet memes, even memes among Call of Duty fans, and Sledgehammer just like dumpster fire everything. At least in Ghost, even though it was a very questionable campaign, but at least you could explore the surroundings. You could take your time and actually see the whole level. There was no invisible walls on it. Hell, if you in the diving mission, if you deviate a lot, it was like return over here and everything. But it was because either sharks or or Federation troops were just scouring, and but they let you swim at your own way. So I think this is where we're starting to see the problems of it. And Sledgehammer transmitted it to Treyarch in the campaign. Uh, Infinite Warfare in the multiplayer more so, not so much on the campaign, because you could strive through different things. The only problem with the campaign is that you could do it without using the advanced movement. So everything you could traverse almost every level of the main story, not the side missions, in a linear way without using the advanced movement. So mm, on that. So continuing with the recap, in the first mission, your best buddy Will dies, and it's like, oh, I lost my best buddy Will in the battle to defend South Korea from North Korea. It's like, dude, how does in 2054 how does North Korea have the military capabilities to mount a large offensive to South Korea when we see the technology that North Korea has is a joke? I mean, are you shitting me? A military that throws you rocks and stones, it's going to have the capabilities uh, to actually mount a serious offensive when you have something uh, an AR that can take them out in 500 meters. Uh, they're like, that's stupid. Anyways, going back to it. So your best buddy of the whole world dies in that mission. You lose your left arm, and it's like, oh, it's like I don't know what to do next. It's like, I don't know, retire, help marksmanship. I don't know, help other veterans that were injured, and then you're recruited by Kevin Spacey, and well, he gives you a new arm. That's awesome. That's awesome, and that part of prosthetics that can actually move on like a normal human arm or a normal leg, you know, and can move your fingers. That's actually not far fetched. Like in 2054, we can actually do it. We can actually achieve it over there. Like they're normal. That's it. Even so, today we have prosthetics that are connected to the nerves. They don't respond as quick. They still respond a bit junky, like you know, but we're getting close. So by that time, it's going to be. I think it's more so like the by Century Man that it's just going or Terminator. That it's going to be the whole metallic arm, and then it's just going to be the skin. How is it going to fit on your arm? And if it's like miscalibrated, like they showcase you in the campaign, they just connect an interrupter over there and just calibrate it again with it. That can actually work. I mean, and that's actually possible. That's one of the things that they showcase over there. But going back to the plot, even though he's training for Kevin Spacey, that is Jonathan Irons, and his new private military corporation, the premise of a private military corporation being that big, like having, I don't know, what do you like 400,000, 500, like half a mil soldiers in a big old facility where you test state of the art tanks, weaponry, armor, NVGs, what have you. You know, computers, cybernetics. I mean, shit, we're not far fetched. I mean, Blackwater and others are doing it right now, and they're getting very much ahead of everyone. It's a very good question. What happens when the private military corporations that um, have enough power to overtake militaries of other countries? You know, valid question, but the way that they actually input it was actually a little bit sketchy because they showcase you everything. You know, they give you this small tour like, hey, this and that. The only problem with showcasing the characters is that everything is either through a small cutscene or uh, or just dialogue explanation instead of showcasing you enough. That's another thing. If you're going to showcase a character, how the character is through a cutscene, don't make it last less than 30 seconds. I mean, they showcase you this Russian gal, and just I don't know, not even 30 seconds, and everything about her is explained through dialogue instead of showcasing you how she really is. It's like, oh yeah, she's cute and everything, and then I don't know the way that you can fix that one. It's like, oh, she's finishing practice. She's very happy and everything, and best buddy and everything. And somebody comes in and tries to be, you know, uh, a douchebag to her, and she just, like a flip of a switch, she just uh, handles him, in a very brutal way. Not killing him, but just showcasing that she's top dog and you don't mess up with top dogs. So and that way, in less than 30 seconds, you can actually showcase that she's a badass instead of just saying, "Oh, she's this and that," and it kind of loses the magic of introducing characters. Uh, One of the things that actually has been on my mind, even when writing the rewriting the Call of Duty Ghosts, is that it's body language. Showcase it with also body language because we interact with that also, and you can showcase it even with facial expressions. So going back to it, through that, a lot of stuff is spewed, and it's information that goes over the player's head, and it goes over the player's head. It's not because it's too much; it's because it's meaningless. There's no emotional connection towards it. So when you discover that Kevin Spacey betrays you because he was like, oh well, if we let the nuclear plants blow up, that give energy to most of the world, we can just chime in and rescue everyone. And while the U.S. military is trying to recover, because we have all the elements, we can provide security and we can take down this mercenary group, and then we can be the police around the world instead of the U.S. A private military corporation that has state of the art technology. And even though he does it in the campaign, but the way that it is revealed is like it's not shocking at all, to say the least. And I think because of that, it fails completely. It it takes an it takes a very huge nosedive the moment that that is revealed that he's the bad guy, because you already know he's the bad guy. It's just how are you going to put it, and it's not even, and it doesn't even make sense. A lot of stuff doesn't make sense in the campaign. The premise of the story of a private military corporation taking over the world, being more powerful than the U.S. military, even special forces, is like, well, that's an interesting subject, but you have to know how to execute it. Over here, it's like, no, they executed it all wrong. A lot of stuff, it's not necessary, even for the plot. Even when he reveals himself to the UN that he's the bad guy, it's like, dude, that's that's a big no-no. You don't do that when you're being questioned. One of the things that kept repeating in my mind when I watched that cutscene in my first playthrough and only playthrough of the campaign was when he described that, oh, it's like, oh, we don't have that weapon. It's like, dude, you should have said, yes, we're creating this weapon, They're trying to amass the DNA of criminals and active terrorists that we cannot locate. So when we locate them in a populated area, even though the gas is deployed, the gas will be harmless to the people, but it's going to be harmful for the terrorists. You know, a weapon that will only be deployed if the UN approves of it, of its usage for the mission. Because then you can actually sell the idea. Yes, we have this weapon, but it's only through your permission. You know, it's like if you want to do it, because think about how the situation is right now, and even when it was released in 2013, 2014, 14, I think it was, Advanced Warfare. The premise was that many terrorists were among civilians, and because you knew they were there, they tend to use civilians as hostages, so that your military operations or even yeah your special forces operations cannot take down the target because it's and because then dialogue and everything it will take out the context. Even though he was a bad guy, but you know, activists, and even so, right now, um, it's it's like, oh well, why you do it with a lot of civilians? What if you had, uh, you know, casualties because of your actions? Like, if what if you failed a shot, or miss it actually? But what if you missed it and you hurt someone else? What if you killed him, but he had a, a vest that he detonated when his heartbeat was on zero, and you kill a lot of civilians because of killing one terrorist? A lot of stuff. So by that premise, that type of bomb that he had, the famous DNA bomb, it would have been like, oh, it's deployable. You know, questions, make interviews. Like, yeah, I'm like, okay, so like, it's like, you have it, yes, but don't say that you have it all like ready to deploy. Say that we're looking into it and everything. You know, blah 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 blah. Not reveal yourself. Like, that was a poor way to actually reveal Kevin Spacey as the villain. In story logic, it was very poorly executed, very poorly thoughtful of the dialogue. I mean, Kevin Spacey can is, yes, he won an Oscar. Yes, he has his past of sexual assault and everything. I'm not defending the guy. The guy can act. The only thing that I'm saying is that at that point in time, you wasted a good Kevin Spacey, and you wasted a very good Troy Baker, and you wasted the other actors. I think one of them was like, it looked like Idris Elba. I'm not sure if it was Idris Elba, but still, um, I don't know. It was poorly executed. Is it salvageable with the story? Yes, but you have to, like with Call of Duty goes, you have to rewrite the whole thing. And I think we can pinpoint who the bad storyteller in Call of Duty is because of this, and it's Sledgehammers. It's two Call of Duties, two bad writing Call of Duties of campaign multiplayer. Multiplayer sucks. Their attempt of advanced zombies. Excuse me, advanced zombies. For that, if I want another enemy that ain't human, I go to in a Call of Duty game. I go back to Extinction. They jump into walls and roofs. So the fuck, more diverse. So, but yeah, short answer, yes. Long answer is this one, and you need a good overhaul. Sad part of this is what difference between the rewrite of Ghost and rewriting Advanced Warfare. Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey. It's if you put him right now in a movie, in a series, what have you, it's not gonna be picked up, and I think it's gonna get a lot of hate because of what the actor, you know, his past and criminals things and everything. Sadly, that happened. I don't know, man. Hollywood hides some dark things of actors, but hey, um, yeah. But anyways, going back to the Call of Duty. Well, I make a rewrite of Advanced Warfare? No, no, no. Not because I don't want to. Also, it's more so I'm dealing right now with Ghost. And I want to focus on Ghost. And even if I finish Ghost, I don't think I have. Because Call of Duty is going to World War II again, sadly, because Sledgehammer doesn't know how to write a story. And we're going to see the third attempt at it. And something tells me nobody's going to like it. And everybody's going to flock to Battlefield 6. Now, I understand there was the reveal trailer of Battlefield 6 right now. I just saw it. I'm not impressed. It seems that what EA is doing right now is doing the Battlefront 2 all over again. Get everybody hyped, showcase just the good stuff, and then and like promoted it a shit ton a lot. Like, yes, this is futuristic, this is blah 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 blah. Release date, another Battlefront 2. All the content through microtransactions, loot boxes, and everything. Why? Because that's EA. It's money hungry. They didn't learn like Activision. Because the few developers that were left in Battlefront 2, you had to, it was what, a year and a half? A year and a half before the developers in Battlefront 2 said, yeah, we're removing certain microtransactions and making it easier for you to actually get stuff. Like a year and a half when the game is already more than dead. They're gonna pull that up. I'm not even I'm gonna watch it a little bit and then I might consider it because nah, the last battlefield that I played was Battlefield 3 campaign, a little bit of multiplayer, but I don't know, I just got annoyed by it and so I returned to Call of Duty. It was what? Modern Warfare. Yeah, it was Black Ops, and then Modern Warfare 3 was coming. So I was like, nah, I'm sticking with Call of Duty. So yeah. But anyways, now that we know that this game is salvageable, um, like story wise, let's move on to if we can save the multiplayer. Yes and no. Yes, in the sense of way that we can fix their version of Pit 10 things, and no, because of the advanced movement that they introduce. It's it's a lot of stuff. It's more technical, and that advanced movement actually jump started Call of Duty to the future. The only problem with is that you they're spammers, so that advanced movement has to be almost like Black Ops 3 back again. The problem with that is not just making levels, it's more so, again, who can spam it the best. Because you can actually spam the system in Black Ops 3 in order for you to actually last on the air. And you could say that that's like fighting, but it's not modern fighting. So, no. In that regards, the advanced movement would have to go off. Like no boosters, no jump. Like jump boosts would be just like different. I'm not sure. It's too much. It's too much to fix it in multiplayer. I wouldn't put zombies. I would put something else like Spec Ops missions or um, like in the Smash Bros. Melee, the trials. Uh, Kill this many um, people in some time and like in less amount of time. Hit all the targets before the timer is gone. Stuff like that. Um, but anyways, oh, so forgettable, so disappointing. And if Sledgehammer disappoints, we all know what's going to happen. It's going to go back to a 2 year cycle. And that's going to be frustrating enough because it's less time, less quality. That 3 year cycle actually helped a lot um, with Modern Warfare because it bought enough time for them to actually move on. It's like Infinite Warfare was not that well received, and it's like, all right, we need something else. What we can do? Oh, well, everybody liked the Modern Warfare. Yeah, but we can't make Modern Warfare 4. What's next? Oh, we can reboot the series and make it better, more realistic. That's what ended up happening. And that time, Modern Warfare 2 and then Black Ops 4, it served them right because 2 years to develop and then the year that they were pushing everything, we got an awesome game. Anyways, um, if you like the video, like and share, subscribe. Saturday is gonna be update date on Ghosts and a little bit of an announcement because even though this is a Call of Duty channel of analyzing on the campaigns, not so much like Eggman or Angry Joe. It's more so analyzing the story, what works, what doesn't, like dissecting it. Instead of like 10 or 30 minute format, we're live streaming it because I want you to know how it actually works with examples and everything. You know, mistakes, what can be better, and everything. So, um, like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Saturday is going to be not only update, it's going to be an announcement of two future live streams on something else that is not Call of Duty. So stay tuned. And let's hope Sarge streams tomorrow. If not, he's going to stream Sunday. But hey, at least he won't disappoint like Mayweather disappoint all of us. God damn it. Anyways, see you later. Take care.